order and ask Councilman Cotton to lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And call the roll.
Councilman Poole.
Here.
Councilman Cotton.
Here.
Councilman Little. Councilman Watson.
Here.
Councilman Barton.
Here.
Mayor Lovelace.
Here.
We have a quorum for business, sir.
Approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
We offer motion to approve the minutes of last meeting.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson to approve the minutes from the last meeting, seconded by Councilman Barton. Is there any discussion? Councilman Poole.
Yes.
Councilman Cotton.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
The motion passes and the minutes are approved.
I would like to welcome my visitors here today. Good to see y'all. The next item is a proclamation for Manufacturing Day, and we'll just hold that over. Approval of the agenda.
Mayor, the council has a copy of the agenda. There's a copy on the wall for the audience. Are there any changes that need to be made to the agenda? Hearing none, all those who would like to approve it as presented, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say nay. The agenda is approved as presented.
Under old business, there's none. Under new business, the first item is approval of the accounts payable.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Cotton, seconded by Councilman, was that Councilman Watson over here?
Councilman Watson.
Okay.
Good one.
Second by Councilman Watson to approve accounts payable. Is there any discussion? Councilman Poole.
Yes.
Councilman Cotton.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
Motion passes and accounts payable are approved.
We'll call on city clerk.
Mayor, the city's been approved for a project to put a sidewalk under the Transportation Alternatives Program by Alabama Department of Transportation up Old Castleberry Road. Total project amounts in the neighborhood of $426,000. ALDOT has sent us documents for us to execute, part of which would be pledging our part of the funds, which would be approximately $85,000. This is on the agenda today so that we can execute the documents and send them back to ALDOT.
I offer motion to approve resolution number 15-1012.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson, seconded by Councilman Barton to approve resolution number 15-1012. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Councilman Poole.
Yes.
Councilman Cotton.
Yes.
Councilman Watson.
Yes.
Councilman Barton.
Yes.
The motion passes and resolution number 15-1012 is approved.
The next item is a change order on a construction project, and I'll ask Bob Carter to come forward.
Thank you, Mayor, Councilman. Good to be here. This change order is on the SRF sewer project that we're working on to replace a couple of pump stations in your system, do some work at the lagoon, and also add some grinder pumps on Franklin Avenue. There are about 10 grinder pumps, low pressure systems. It's the only way we can get service to those houses. When we got there, we realized that the city would be better served using a different type pipe than what we had planned originally. And this change order, and there's a summary of these costs in front of you, itemize the cost for changing the pipe. The electrical has to do with a service to one of the houses. The way these systems work, the grinder pump is put in basically behind the house where the septic tank would be. It intercepts the raw sewage and then pumps it out to the system, and the pump is connected to the house service. So really the homeowner winds up paying the electric bill for this. One of the services was totally shot. It just really had to be replaced, and that's what the electrical item is for. The total of the changes is $10,246.
We offer motion we approve the change order for Franklin Street project.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson, seconded by Councilman Barton to approve the change order for the SRF project as presented by Bob Carter. Is there any discussion?
Yes. Mr. Carter, explain to me again about the differences in the piping that you're using now as opposed to what we used then on the grinding stations.
The contract originally had PVC pipe in the contract is what we did. We changed that pipe material to high-density polyethylene, which better suits the conditions out there.
Why wasn't it spec with that with a high density pipe to start with instead of PVC?
Well, when we designed the project, we didn't realize that we needed to do that. But after we got there, we felt like that was the best thing to do. Discussed it with Ray, and so that's what we felt was best to do for the job.
Your contractor's doing this job?
Larry Beasley is the contractor.
Okay, thank you.
We have a motion by Councilman Watson, seconded by Councilman Barton to approve this change order. Is there any other discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes, and this change order is so approved.
Thank you very much. A pleasure doing business with y'all.
Next item is a change order on the West Alexander project. Paul Darnett.
Mayor and Council, you have a copy of the change order in front of you. I passed that out. Just to refresh your all's memory, this is to correct an issue that's been at West Alexander, the entrance into West Alexander, since it was built. The low area in the street is about 200 foot to the west of the drain. This change order will put an inlet in and pipe the water out of this area that's holding water. There's some photographs with the change order if you're interested. In the past, the old curb had cracks in it and some openings to let the water out of this area. When we put the new curb in, we don't have the cracks and so forth. What we did is we opened it up to keep the thing from draining, but this puts water out in the gentleman's yard. The change order will put a regular inlet in and we'll pipe the water down to the drain and eliminate this water going out into an individual yard.
I'd like a motion to approve this change order.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Poole and seconded by Councilman Cotton to approve the change order to put in a drain at the West Alexander Sewer Project location. Is there any discussion?
Yes, sir. I would just like to know, why is it that when we went in there with the project in the beginning, why didn't we fix that or implement that into the project at the time we did the project? Why come back later and do that?
We started out with the sewer project. We weren't working with the drainage project. As we got into it, we found the water standing there. And the intention is to try to fix issues while you're there. We also fixed some streets. We improved the curb. So it was a sewer project, but we did some other improvements so that the city's finished out there and should not have to go back and do anything for an extended period of time.
So your engineers just missed that?
Yes, sir.
Let's just tell it like it is, they missed it. Okay.
Any other discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
The motion to approve the change order to put in a drainage inlet for the West Alexander Sewer Project location. The motion passes and is so approved.
Next two items, I call on the city clerk.
Mayor, our municipal court has requested that we designate these dates on this letter to be official dates for municipal court to hold arraignment.
Motion to approve it.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson, seconded by Councilman Barton to approve these designated dates for municipal court to hold arraignment. Is there any discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes, and these dates are designated for arraignment dates for the Brewton Municipal Court. These dates are requested to be approved by the City Council so that they can be designated for actual city court in-session dates.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Poole, seconded by Councilman Barton to approve these dates to be Brewton Municipal Court in-session dates. Is there any discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
The motion passes, and these dates are approved for city court in-session dates.
Are there any announcements or comments?
Have no announcements, but one comment. At the last meeting, we had a representative from the T.R. Miller Quarterback Club who came up to me after the meeting and said, "Did so-and-so call you and ask for me to be on the agenda because we have a carnival coming up October 19th through 25th, and we want it to be approved." Now, this was after the meeting. I said, "No, nobody called and requested that." So he requested then that I put him on the agenda for today. I'm looking around and I don't see him. So their approach is typical, that they want approval from the city council to hold the Quarterback Club Carnival up at the Marvin's area, and there's been provision that's been made by the council to waive license fees and that sort of thing. So there's nobody here, and I just tell the council that if you want to act on it, and go ahead and give them approval because they came, but then I don't see them today, and kind of leaves it in a little bit of a bind as to whether they should be able to proceed with it without council approval.
It's on the 19th through the 25th of October.
The date's 19th through the 25th, yes.
But there's no representation here. How do we know they're still going to have it on those dates?
Well, that's right. I'm just telling y'all the details that I have it. So if they hold the carnival, then it could stand to reason they've not had city council approval. They could be held liable for paying business license fees then.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson, motion by Councilman Cotton, seconded by Councilman Watson. Is there any discussion?
You will contact them, let them know what the decision was.
I will contact him, yes. Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes, and that approval is so granted.
I'm not on the agenda, but I just want to announce that Councilman Little, and I see you, she did a rainbow, went in today. So, you need to pray.
What's that on the thing that I see
I
you?
don't want you to go to council.
Is that here in Brewton, sir?
I see you, put him in there today.
I see you.
Right.
Thank you.
That's all I have, sir.
Motion to adjourn.